Church Lighting Design Trends 2022. So a couple months ago, we went to the Philo conference in Chicago. It was a great time, and they had some great breakout sessions. One of them was led by Chase Hall, and you can find him on Instagram at Chase Lights. And I highly recommend following his account and what he's been up to if you're a worship leader, tech director, and you want some inspiration on lighting and stage design specifically for your church. And this was one of those workshops that, sitting through it, it was like, whoa, this is like some relatively groundbreaking stuff. It just kind of caught me off guard. It was a great time. Learned a ton from him. And I want to get Chase on the YouTube channel podcast at some point. We met him that day of the workshop, and then we were messaging, and he's a really busy guy. He's out doing design for tons of clients and different concerts or churches and stuff like that. So he's a busy guy. So we just want to make everybody aware of him as a resource and just kind of learning from his Instagram account. So this new modern lighting design trend, I'm just going to go through some of his Instagram account photos here, and you guys will kind of get the gist of it here. This is a photo shoot from a shoot that they did with Carrie Job it was a 2-hour live recording, or it was a streaming on YouTube, I guess. So you can go on YouTube and probably watch the videos from this shoot here. But the caption here: in a genre that runs to rectangle screens and smoky light beams, I present a reprieve, a live album story told only in simple expressions of ambient light and color. And that's kind of the whole vibe of this like modern trend. And Chase could talk all day about the modern artists or architects he's kind of pulling from to make this vibe, but it's kind of like what you see here, where the light is more ambient. It's got these like softer colors. Instead of having your typical, what he calls was it the rock and roll sandwich, Luke?
Yeah, I think he called it the rock and roll and the worship sandwich.
The worship sandwich. Kind of your typical, like, looking at like a example, I just thought of Red Rocks Church, where you've got the LED screen in the middle and you got the lights on top and lights below. Like, that's your classic, been very dominant lighting design, stage design look for almost a decade now, maybe more. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And now guys like Chase are kind of trying to just rethink this and come up with some fresh ideas. So I remember the first time I think I saw videos from this shoot floating around YouTube, and I thought it was really cool. I was like, whoa, this is like so different. You don't have your typical, key lights and hair lights and all that stuff, but it's more just kind of that ambient feel to it. And you've got these huge soft boxes above and below and beside the band. It's a really cool vibe. And I think this is, I'm pretty sure if this isn't the same shoot, it's a very similar one. I'll go ahead and play some of this for you guys here, just so you can see kind of what this looks like here.
Mm-hmm. Well, isn't this actually at the Belonging Co? Like, isn't this from one of their kind of music video, or is this from that live stream?
So it looks like, I don't know if what I'm seeing on his Instagram, if this, that could be set up at the Belonging Co. It makes sense. It looks like their stage. And now that what I remember, that, yeah, I think that's probably it, because that's their church. It makes sense. So it actually says Belonging Co. here. Cool. Well, this is different. So this actually looks like
stage.
Yeah, that was an actually stage shot. So, but it's the same kind of vibe, right? Like, it's just like you have all this ambient light coming in. It's kind of these like soft, like pastel colors almost.
A lot softer. You definitely don't see as much saturation with the colors that they're using.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got that big lid on top. So let's go to another one, looking at his Instagram here. So this is a cool one. a modernist take on the traditional Easter spectacular. So this was like a really, I like this a lot. So on the top, you see kind of the concept designs that Chase came up with, and then the bottom, you actually see like what this ended up looking like. I cannot remember what church this was at. It doesn't say in the caption, but I remember him talking about this in his workshop. So it's this like cool circle tomb type thing, but it kind of functions as multiple different scenes. So again, you got the kind of the concept design here, and then you've got I think that's what it looked like on the left in real life.
Yeah, he really talked about like using, I mean, I can't remember who he was referencing. There's some like architecture artist that uses some of these shapes and kind of all color concepts, right? That he was referencing, and he was trying to kind of incorporate. You can kind of see it with even that red Instagram post and these shapes kind of things on his grid, that, you know, he's really utilizing these items and shapes and then just blasting them with one kind of color, but I don't know, forming it in a different way and using it in a really simple form that's very, I mean, I think very aesthetically pleasing for sure.
Here's a Mosaic LA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
So,
pink, that bottom left one is so dope.
especially trying to take like a traditional stage and do that. Like that's kind of, most stages are all black, right? And you got the rock and roll, the worship sandwich. But what it kind of does, I remember him talking about this design, it kind of includes everybody in the room into it. So you might have a room that's like not just a stage, but also like the whole entire room is painted white. And then obviously any lighting stuff that you're casting on the walls is gonna just, everybody's gonna feel like they're a part of that experience, which for worship is appropriate. And that's what I appreciate about this whole thing. Here's like a little Instagram video he's got here showing the different setup.
So cool.
Did
he even say how he was lighting those? I mean, did he describe, I can't remember if he described like fixtures that he was using, or if it was just like, because I know he talked a lot about using those cloths or like those sheets that absorb some of that white and then just take color really well. But I can't remember if he talked about actual fixture selection there.
No, I can't either. Yeah, couldn't remember. He'll have to speak to that. But this was with Elevation Worship with a very, well, oh, here you go. It looks like just like an LED bar type feel. That's cool.
Yeah.
So this was that shoot for Elevation, I think. Yeah, Elevation in Maverick City. I guess I'm scrolling through different posts. That's what's happening right now. So here was, yeah, so that's that shoot that they did for like Gyra.
Yeah, I'd love to know. I'd love to know if people are enjoying that look. It's definitely different from the worship sandwich or the rock and roll sandwich of, you know, but videos like Gyra, I even remember Austin Stone did one of those kind of softbox above lights back in the day, and so like that's becoming really, really current. I'd love to know if people are enjoying that, if they think that's cool. I mean, it's just so simple and definitely different from what we've been used to.
Yep. This is the dude, Chase. So hopefully Chase, we can have you come on the show and we could chat more with you about it. I'm sure we're butchering all of the philosophy that goes behind it, but I just want to show people. And it was interesting because it's like, I saw these productions that he designed, and then I didn't know like who was behind him or anything. And then we saw him talk at the workshop, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. All like this is the dude, this is the brains behind it. Even like Bethel recently, I noticed, I think it was during their like Worship U week, they put up all these white curtains around their stage. Typically they have like the LED walls, so that was kind of a cool vibe change. I don't know if it has anything to do with this, but felt similar the way they were lighting it. Yeah, here's a Gyra video from that, pretty sure from that same shoot that we watched. That was back in like early 2021. So Chase, great work, and hopefully you guys are taking some inspiration away from his account. Go check it out on Instagram, Chase Lights. He's a great follow. Highly recommend it. I just keep
Yeah.
Keep scrolling through these things. I keep on. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All sorts of.
Yeah, this dude has done some serious shows.
Whoa.
I remember him talking about the no key light. I mean, remember him saying how
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of kind of trends moving that way of like no actual front light on your faces, and that like blew my mind, just dumbfounded me.
Yeah. Oh, and again, I think it's part of that, like, instead of have a separation between these are the people on stage, these are the people in the audience, it's like we're all in this big room together. And actually, now that I remember too, it's like that immersive feel of these like modern art exhibits, or the exhibits slash just, you know, spaces you walk into. They're not just supposed to be a piece of art that you look at on the wall, kind of like you look at the worship sandwich on a wall or whatever with the LED wall, but instead it's like you just enter the space, and it's kind of, to me, almost it brings us back to a long time ago, where you have these cathedrals and stuff where you actually come in and you're actually part of this like immersive space instead of just looking at, you know, a screen at the end of the room on the stage.
Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, and it's cool to hear Chase, because he obviously is an expert in his craft beyond what you generally experience with like church lighting design. And I'm talking like your average church lighting design. He spoke so much to the philosophy of the gathering and what it meant to be in the specific room, in the specific context of your city and of your, you know, your community, and then how your kind of light aesthetic kind of communicates those things. And rather than just slapping the fixtures up and the LED up and, you know, kind of going into your closet and grabbing things and putting them on stage and kind of cycling through that, he talked so much about intentionality behind creating that moment that felt different than just prescribing colors on your light bars or whatever it might be. It was just, I mean, my mind was blown. It was a great breakout. Probably one of the top moments from that Philo conference for sure.
So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you feel inspired. Again, go follow Chase Lights. And if you do want a basic 101 training on how to set up lighting for your church, check out our new course, Lighting for Worship. It's not going to get quite as creative as some of the designs you see here, but just helping you have just a sufficient lighting system so that your live stream looks better, the in-person experience is better for your congregation. So go check it out, link down below. We'll see you guys next time.